We're live here in Dallas, Texas, and we're happy you joined us tonight for the 6A Regional Semifinals. I'm Carl Schoening along with Rob Hipp, and tonight we have a good one for you. It's the Round Rock McNeil Mavericks versus the Irving MacArthur Cardinals. And tonight, Rob, we see two teams that are certainly ready to get things going and on the road. We just saw a great game where the Eastex Eagles defeated the Gertner Rams, and it's certainly going to be a fun case here as the winner of this team goes up against the Eagles, a good team, but the Mavericks dealing with the Cardinals first.
Well, man, Carl, first of all, good to be back next to you. I know we did some Round Rock High School games a couple of years ago, and we just saw a thriller just moments ago, man. As you just stated, that 76-54 victory. Humble was all over Richardson just moments ago, and that's going to be the game tomorrow if McNeil can come through and with the victory. That's who McNeil is going to be playing tomorrow. Yeah,
the winner of this Mavericks-Cardinals game goes up against the Eagles tomorrow at 2, but we're playing this one first. We're about 5 minutes away, and the McNeil Mavericks have had quite an exciting road on the way to this game. They first started off against Westlake and won a narrow one there, 54-50. And then down in Brenham, they played Summer Creek, and late game free throws were making things a little interesting, but the Mavericks were able to hold on to that one and win 43-39. And then the last week's game, the Mavericks had a last-second shot by Armani Brooks that put them ahead 38-37 to knock off Klein. And now they find themselves in essentially the Sweet 16 of the high school 6A playoffs. And tomorrow they're playing tonight for the Elite Eight, and then it'll be the state tournament, which is held in San Antonio, able to win these next two.
Irving MacArthur this season has played phenomenal. They finished up 9-1, 21-7 overall, and they're coming in tonight on a 7-game winning streak, Carl. And this is their third year under Coach Troy Martin. He's posting a 54-27 record since his tenure here at MacArthur. They defeated Richardson back on the third, 82-70. A strong first half, and in that game, Carl, they played so strong in the first. In the second half, they really didn't have to do much.
No, they backed off their press a lot, and they still used it, but they didn't cause as many turnovers, and they didn't particularly need to. They just played good defense and kept the score about 20-point spread. And whoever wins this game has their work cut out for them going up against an up-tempo team. Tonight, though, the Mavericks, they're coming into this game 25-10. They were 11-3 in District 13 6A. They're coached by Daryl Hageman, and we're going to get you the starting lineups right now for these Mavericks, who will be in their road uniforms. They're officially the road team tonight. Starting at guard, a sophomore, 6'4", number 10, Victor Bailey. Starting at the other guard, number 11, 6'3", a sophomore, Armani Brooks. Starting at the third guard, a 6-foot sophomore, number 14, Jonathan Ziner. Starting at the point guard, a 6'2" senior, number 24, Alex Cage. And starting at center, a 6'6" senior, number 42, Kalen Bray. So for the Mavericks, it's Bailey, Brooks, Ziner, Cage, and Bray. For Irving MacArthur, they are led by Toby Martin, their head coach. They come into this game 21-7. They were 9-1 in District 9 6A. Here's how they line up. Starting at guard, a 5'10" junior, number 0, Kenny Cooper. Starting at the other guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 4, Zay Booker. Starting at forward, 6'6", a senior, number 11, Josh Howley. At another guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 13, Robert Johnson. And rounding out the lineup at center, number 12, a senior, number 24, Donnie Ray Belcher III. So once again for MacArthur, it is Cooper, Booker, Howley, Johnson, and Belcher for Toby Martin and the Cardinals. Cardinals out there getting some last-minute stretches in. The Mavericks already lined up waiting on the national anthem, and they're both ready with their game faces on. They've been waiting a long afternoon here. It was a bit of a drive for the Mavericks to come up from the Austin area. This is essentially a home game for MacArthur, coming over from Irving and only over here to the Dallas area. But both teams certainly have had a lot of anticipation built up for this game.
Absolutely, Carl. Both teams tonight come into this contest here in the Regional II semifinal. Last year, they didn't even make it out of the first round. So it's an exciting night that you got two teams that are pretty evenly matched. The one thing tonight that we can say that's not evenly matched too much is really the crowd, and you just said it. It's because literally this is kind of a home game tonight for MacArthur. But despite, it's going to be a great time, and a lot of students showed up tonight from your alum school, McNeil.
Yeah, you know, they brought a spirit bus up here, and they're sitting behind the baseline, and the McNeil student section always likes to make a lot of noise. This is the furthest the Mavericks have gone in the playoffs since A.J. Abrams was on the roster, and a lot of you Mavericks might remember him as he went on to be quite a good player at the University of Texas. Well, about 10 seconds away from the national anthem here. We're happy you joined us on KMAC or Texan Live. First time we're working with Texan Live, 4 angles, and you get to experience the game from every which side that we have. We're now going to pause for the national anthem.
Welcome to Dallas ISD's Undisputed Fieldhouse for the 2015 UIL Region II Boys Basketball Tournament. Tonight's second semifinal features the MacArthur Cardinals versus the Mustangs of Round Rock McNeil. MacArthur, representing District 9-6A, comes in with a record of 25-8. Round Rock McNeil, representing District 13-6A, enters with a record of 25-10. At this time, we'll ask everyone to please rise and honor America in the playing of our national anthem.
Nice recording of the national anthem right there. And everybody was patriotic, and we're ready now for the starting lineup, so we'll hand it back over to the public address.
At guard is 6'4" sophomore, number 10, Victor Jr. At guard is 6'3" junior, number 12, Marlon Brooks. At guard is 6' sophomore, number 14, Jonathan Steiner. At guard is 6'2" senior, number 24, Alex Taylor. And at forward is 6'6" senior, number 42, Taylor Gray. Head coach for the Mustangs. Head coach for the Mustangs is ball making decisions are Corey Schrader from LaGuardia and Sebastian Baker. And now the starting lineup for the home team, the MacArthur Cardinals. At guard is 5'10" junior, number 0, Kenny Cooper. At guard is 5'8" sophomore, number 4, Danny Hooker. At
So we're all ready to go here, about a couple minutes in, and we'd like to say that head on over to Texan's dealerships located on Will Canada on 59 for great specials and deals on new and pre-owned vehicles. Go in and ask for head coach Bert Brocker or shop Texan GMC, Buick, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram 24/7 at TexanDrive.com. We treat you better. Now the Mavericks wearing their navy blue, and it has forest green lettering across and numerals, says Mavs across the chest. Meanwhile, MacArthur wearing their home whites, says Cardinals across the chest in small red lettering, and they have red trim. Bray and Howley are going to jump center. The ball is tipped up and controlled by Cage in the backcourt, and he will hand it off to Bailey, who works it across the timeline. Cage now works it to the left side to run some offense for the Mavericks' first possession. Around a Bray screen, picks it to the popping Bray on the left elbow. Bray wants to back down. Right hand hook in the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebound grabbed by Belcher. And here comes the first possession for the Cardinals. Belcher on the right wing. Looking for a pass, gets it top of the key. Howley, he fires a straightaway three. That one's too strong. Bray comes down with a long rebound, hands it off to Bailey. Bailey pulls back to reset the offense. Just getting going here. First quarter, no score between the Mavericks and the Cardinals. Bailey, hesitation dribble, spins in the lane, floater in the lane, that's too short. Bray tips it up, that's no good. And the offensive rebound grabbed by Cage. Pump fake, drives right wing. He loses the handle and picks it back up on the right block. And now he has his passed out. It's intercepted by Booker. He wants to pull up from 15 feet and knocks it down. 2-0 the score to start off, and Zay Booker starts off the scoring with the first field goal for the Cardinals. 2-0 the score. Cage over to the right wing, Bailey. Bailey guarded by Johnson. Gets it out to top of the key. Now a handoff to Cage. Cage right hand dribble between the circles. It's guarded by Belcher. Works it to the left wing, looking for a post-up on Bailey, and Bailey just pops out to the corner instead. Now he drives baseline, pulls back, 10-footer, good. We're tied at 2. On the left wing now, Booker. Top of the key, Cooper, right wing, Belcher. Looking for a post-up from Howley. Now he'll pull it out to right midcourt and reset. 2 minutes into this ball game, we're tied at 2. Here on the right side, it's Johnson, Cooper, left wing, Booker. Johnson, cross court over to Cooper. Top of the key, Belcher going against the Mavericks 1-2-2 zone that they've been using a lot in this postseason. Right wing, Belcher, he fires a three. Back iron. Rebound grabbed up high by Bailey. Cross court to the right corner, Brooks, and he almost lost it, but he gets it in the right corner. Now he's called for a travel, and that'll be a turnover on the Mavericks.
The Mavericks here coming out strong and aggressive so far, and both teams holding it too. It's been a good start here for both teams so far, Carl.
Maverick students didn't like that turnover call. Now they're chanting defense as the Mavericks take over on the defensive side. On the right wing, it's Johnson for the Cardinals. Top of the key, Cooper, and back to Johnson. He wants to pull up at the right elbow. That shot won't fall, and Bailey comes down with the rebound. He wants to run. Takes it into the lane. He's stripped away by Cooper. Quickly up to Belcher. Belcher drives to the right block, pulls up, 10-footer, won't go. Rebound, Ziner. Ziner quickly ahead to Bailey. He wants to drive. He loses the handle, and stepping out of bounds as he gets the steal is Kenny Cooper. And the Mavericks retain possession. I don't know if you can really say that's a turnover on either side, but Bailey gets lucky as he couldn't handle the long pass. Cage will inbound on the baseline. Breaks the play looking for a pass. Still no one around. Gets it out to Bray on the left wing. Bray pivots out and gets it to Brooks. Now Cage on the right side. Cage guarded by Cooper. Right wing Brooks. He drives baseline. Priors to Hopstead. His shot is blocked and it's recovered by Howley. He gets it ahead to the left wing. Catch and shoot three for Booker is good. It's 5-3. 4:42 left in the first period. Cardinals ahead of the Mavericks. Right wing Armani Brooks. Back to Cage. Cage guarded by the bigger Belcher. Gets it back to Brooks on the right wing. Now out to Bailey. Almost had it stolen away. He crosses over. Right elbow jumper. Good.
So tonight it's been kind of a two-man show on each team.
Here's a catch and shoot for Cooper. That one's good. Cooper knocks down his first three. So Bailey puts up his 4th point, and wasting no time are the Cardinals getting 3 more. 8-4 the score, 4:05 left in the first. Cage out front. Between the legs dribble on the right wing. Drives to the middle. He pulls up right elbow jumper, good. And Alex Cage gets on the board. It's 8-6. Mavericks trail by 2 to the Cardinals, who have possession. Left corner, it's Cooper. He fires a 3. That one won't fall this time, and Brooks comes down with the rebound. He wants to run. Gets it to Brooks, and he lays it up and in. Victor Bailey to Armani Brooks, and the Mavericks have it tied with the Cardinals at 8. Zay Booker between the circles now with a left-hand dribble. Wants to get it to the left wing, instead gets it to Johnson on the right. Down to the baseline, Belcher. Johnson perimeter over to Booker, who fires a straightaway 3. It's too strong. Spinning away with the rebound is Bailey. Gets to Ziner. Ziner wasn't quite ready for the pass. Goes off his hands out of bounds. 3:14 left in the first. Mavericks with a couple turnovers here early. But with the score being 8-8, Coach Hageman just hopes that the turnovers settle down a little. Couple substitutions now as Anthony Charles checks in for the Mavericks. Jake Rettmeyer checks in. And now Cooper will take it to the top of the lane, over to the right wing. Catch and shoot 3 will be ruled a 2 by Andrew Jones, who comes in. Was a 3, beg your pardon. 11-8 the score now as Jones puts the Cardinals ahead. Belcher guarding Cage out front. Right wing Brooks, top of the key. Victor Bailey. Right corner Cage, catch and shoot 3, falls. And we're tied up at 11. The Mavericks get the 3 right back. 2:28 to go, driving the other way. Jones, he puts up a runner in lane, no good. Belcher offensive board, that follow won't go. And a foul on the rebound as Howley put up a shot. He got the offensive board and was fouled as he tried to put up the follow, and he gets 2 free throws on it. Armani Brooks picks up the personal foul. That's his first, and it's the first team foul on the Mavericks here in the first half. The first free throw falls for Howley, puts the Cardinals ahead 12-11. With 2:21 left in the first period, Howley will have 1 more. Second free throw on the way. That's off the mark, and the rebound on the floor, as unable to handle it, was Bailey, and now there's a foul as Belcher got a little too physical with Bray. Oh, they're going to call this one on Kenny Cooper. Both of them were there, and Cooper was the one the official calls for the foul, and that's his first personal and the first team. A couple substitutions here as Demetric Bush comes into the game for the Cardinals, and they're showing a little full court man pressure now as Bailey will bring it across the timeline. 2:10 left in the first period. It's 12-11. Cardinals lead the Mavericks by 1. Cage has it right midcourt, guarded by Belcher. Right-hand dribble to the right wing, right corner, Rettmeyer. Gets it to the free throw line. Turnaround jump shot is good for Bailey.
Bailey has just been phenomenal from around that free throw line tonight, Carl.
That's where Bailey makes his money. Now top of the key, driving in is Jones. The runner in the lane, off the glass. That's too strong. Offensive board by Howley, and he blows it up and in. 14-13. Now Cardinals retake the lead. Here comes Bailey into the lane. He puts up a left-hand runner. A lot of contact. The ball blocked out of bounds, and no foul called, and the Mavericks retain possession now as they're going to have a couple of substitutions in. Ziner rejoins the game. Anthony Charles checks in. Charles, 6'6" sophomore forward, number 34. Inbounding it will be Cage. Gets it out to left midcourt, Brooks, and he couldn't handle it. It'll be over and back as he had to step into the backcourt to get another Maverick turnover.
Tonight, turnover is going to be critical for McNeil. They've got to be able to maintain possession of the ball, Carl. This team comes out MacArthur. That's one area that they're very strong in, is scoring points off turnovers. Tonight, McNeil has got to do a better job with the turnovers early.
At least it was a dead ball turnover. Here's a catch and shoot 3 by Jones from the left corner, and he knocks it down. Cardinals lead it now 17-13. Minute 15 left in the first. Cage across the timeline. Right-hand dribble to the right wing. Brooks, top of the key, Bailey. Bailey working against Jones behind the back dribble. Tries to spin in the lane. He's cut off by 2 defenders. Cage wide open, left wing 3. That's an air ball. Too strong as it's rebounded by Howley. Here comes Jones to the top of the key. Pull up straightaway three. Around the rim, won't go. Howley fights for the board, but Ziner comes down with it. And now Cage wants to run some offense. Coach Hageman will slow things down and call out a play from the sidelines. With 43 seconds left, the Mavericks might work for the final shot. They trail 17-13 to the Cardinals. Ziner drives inside, looking for Cage. He gets it underneath to Charles, who lays it up and in. Anthony Charles scores the bucket. It's 17-15 Cardinals with a 2-point advantage. 25 seconds left in the first. They could work for the final shot if they want. Brooks knocks away the pass as he was playing the passing lane, and the pass intended for Bush doesn't quite meet its target. Bray comes back into the game as Anthony Charles checks out. Zay Booker has it on the right wing. Booker holds, 12 seconds left. He's looking for the final shot. Mavericks look like they're back into a man-to-man zone for this final, man-to-man defense for this final play. Here's the left wing, Bush. Catch and shoot three from long distance. That one won't fall. Offensive bound. Haley, he gets the ball up, no good in time. And that's the end of the first quarter. It's been a good one so far. The Cardinals lead the Mavericks at the end of one, 17-15. You're here listening to this on Texan Live. We're happy you joined us. And if you'd like to know more about Texan Live, feel free to check out the rest of the website for articles, highlights, videos, upcoming games, and much, much more. Like the Facebook page, Texan Live, and follow them on Twitter at Texan_Live. Good program tonight as we have the Mavericks versus the Cardinals, and we're happy to be able to use this equipment that Texan Live has given us. Rob Hipp and I usually are over at KMAC, but tonight we have feeds from all over the gym, and we're happy that Mr. Bert Brocker was able to provide us with this opportunity to bring this to you, Maverick fans and Cardinals fans, if you're tuning in wherever you might be.
Absolutely, a great job that Texan Live throughout Central Texas area, doing a wonderful job bringing high school sports so those can watch it. It's cool. You can get on your mobile device and do a lot, and tonight we're able to see firsthand just the great game so far that Texan Live has been able to broadcast here through their video stream.
Cooper, Booker, Johnson, Howley, and Belcher are out there for the Cardinals. They have the offense to start off. Belcher has a free throw line jumper. That one won't fall. Rebound battled for and last touched, I believe, by Cage. And it will retain possession for the Cardinals. Mavericks have Cage, Brooks, Bailey, Bray, and Ziner out there. Quick inbounds to Belcher. He puts up a runner in the lane, and that's good. 19-15 as Belcher scores his first two and the first two of the second quarter. 7:40 left to go in this half, and the Mavericks trail the Cardinals 19-15. Here's Cage right of the key. Down low to Bray. Bray working against Howley. Pump fakes, now puts up a shot. Won't go. Ziner with the offensive board, and he puts it in.
Another nice aggressive move there by the Mavericks, back on the offensive glass and putting points on the board.
Right wing Belcher. It's at the top of the key. Booker. Back to Belcher. He wants to drive on Brooks. Kicks it out to Cooper. Catch and shoot three. Falls. 22-17. The Cardinals with the lead right now. A minute into the second quarter. Cage inbounds and gets it to Brooks just to drop it back off to Cage. And now Brooks has it between the legs. Dribble on the right wing. Tries to cross over Booker and gets it back out to Bailey. Left wing Ziner. Catch and shoot three. Too strong. Long rebound comes down to Howley. Now Belcher will bring a left-hand dribble across the timeline. Flips it off to Johnson. To the free throw line, Howley. Pump fake, turnaround, jump shot. That hits back iron and won't go. Rebound, Bailey. Bailey wants to run. Gets it over to Brooks. Right elbow jumper, good. Brooks from the right block, able to score that one. Now over to the right wing, a little bit of a turnover. Last touched by the Cardinals. And this will be Mavericks basketball. Andrew Jones checks back in. Robert checks out for the Cardinals. 22-19, the Cardinals lead the Mavericks. 6:20 left in the second period. Brooks gets it over to Ziner on the right side. Ziner works the right sideline and now out to the mid-court Cage. Cage directs traffic. 6:05 left in the second. Here's Armani Brooks on the right wing, guarded by Cooper. Crossover dribble. to the free throw line, loses it as he tried to get it off to Bray. Stolen away by Halley. Quickly over to the right wing. It's Cooper. Catch and shoot three, won't go. Now Bailey comes down with the rebound, but it's stolen away by Halley. Over to Cooper, right corner. He fires a three. Good. 25-19. Mavericks trail by 6. This is the biggest lead for the Cardinals this evening, and Cooper has 2 3-pointers and 6 points. Cage guarded by Belcher at midcourt. Works the left-hand dribble into the lane. He puts up a runner with the right hand, and it's good. 25-21 now as Cage puts the Mavericks within 4 points. Mavericks in the little bit of a different zone here as it goes over to the left corner. Booker, he drives baseline. His floater from 10 feet out won't fall. Rebound on the floor, and a foul is called on number 11. That's Halley. And Halley picks up his first personal foul. That's the second team foul here in the second period.
You know, Carl, tonight MacArthur has had a nice barrage of three-point shots, but it's been McNeil able to come back and answer every time. They've been playing great on that offensive board, as we just talked about a few moments ago. And really right now, that's what's keeping them in this game. The tempo that they're playing with right now is phenomenal for the Mavericks.
Right now, a little bit of full-court man pressure coming from the Cardinals, and the official overturns his initial call. It looks like the Mavericks are going to get the ball back. The student section is right there. They don't like the call, and the Cardinals force a turnover for the Mavericks on a weird full-court man pressure that McNeil wasn't quite expecting on the delay. Here's Belcher. Over to the right wing, Cooper. Bush, now Cooper. Swing pass. It's Belcher to Jones, and now the rebound long and tapped back out to midcourt. Belcher has it. Belcher gets to Bush, right corner. He fires a three. That's short. Rebound knocked on the ground by Bailey. Bailey had to save himself. The ball goes into the stands, and I believe this will still be Cardinals' ball. It will be. Brooks had a short rest. He comes in for Zeiner. So it's Brooks, Rettmeyer, Bray, Bailey, and Cage. Here's Belcher on a drive. His shot won't fall. Short rebound comes down on the floor, and a jump ball is called. TJ King in the game now, a 6'4" center senior. And right there, TJ King just a little too aggressive, and the ball is given to the Mavericks. Jump ball in possession, and possession arrow pointed in favor of McNeil. Now that switches the other way as the Mavericks have it. Left wing, it's Rettmeyer. To Brooks on the right side. It's guarded by Cooper at midcourt. Brooks crossover dribble, works to the top of the key, over to the left side, Bailey, and Bailey wants to slow things back down as he works it to midcourt. He's guarded by Jones. Bailey really taking his time here on this possession. Just under 4 minutes left in the first half. It's 25-21. Here's Brooks at midcourt, guarded by Cooper. Around to Bray's screen, goes away from it now to the right lane line. He fires a jumper, good. And Armani Brooks, he had a shot similar to that to win the last playoff game, and now he pulls the Mavericks within 2. 25-23, Cardinals lead. 3:35 left in the first half. Between the legs dribble, it's Jones. He drives inside, loses the handle, and it's picked up by Mavericks. They lose it, but Rettmeyer jumps back on top of it, and they force the turnover. Here comes Cage on midcourt. Guarded by Jones. Cage works the dribble, loses it at the top of the key, picks it back up, pulls up for the free throw line. That's good. It was last touched by Jones. He knocked it away. Cage knew that he had another dribble left. Jones forgot, and Cage uses a crafty senior move to get a wide open jumper 15 feet out. We're tied at 25, 3 minutes to play in the second period. Belcher, 35 feet out, starts a dribble. Guarded by Rettmeyer in this 1-2-2 zone the Mavericks are using. Belcher around the King screen, fires a straightaway three. It's short. Rebound to Bray. Here comes Cage now as he wants to push the tempo down the right sideline. Pulls up, right wing three. Too strong. Rebound down to Jones. Jones wants to push the tempo now to the free throw line. Pull-up jumper, that's short. Now rebound, Brooks. Brooks takes it into the lane. Right-hand layup, good. Good transition from the Mavericks now, and quickly coming back the other way. Jones to Belcher. He drives baseline, goes up against Bray, and a foul is called. The official will call block, I believe. Or is this going to be on Belcher? They weren't quite. Nope, 2 free throws coming up for Belcher. Blocking foul on Bray. Looked like he was in the spot, but maybe he just wasn't quite set.
Carl, an impressive run right here by McNeil, coming back from behind a few points, now able to take that 2-point lead. Again, we've talked about it. We've said it numerous times tonight, tempo. McNeil coming out with tempo tonight, and they're not allowing MacArthur. You know, MacArthur in a way can be a little intimidating. Great school, great guys, great athletes, but McNeil can match that, and tonight that's what we're seeing.
First free throw won't go for Belcher. Mavericks bring in Anthony Charles, and as Bray checks out, Ziner wants to come in for Rettmeyer. 27-25, Mavericks with a 2-point lead, 2:11 left in the second half, and like you were saying, Rob, Mavericks have taken advantage of a little bit of a tempo. They're playing their pace right now as Belcher misses both free throws, and Anthony Charles comes down at the board. 2:05 left in the second quarter. Here's a little 3/4 court pressure trap coming from the Cardinals. Ziner gets it back over to Cage as they cross the timeline. Right corner, Brooks. Right elbow, Bailey. Over to the left wing, Ziner. He takes one dribble, pulls up. That won't fall. Rebound to Brooks. Brooks with the offensive board gives the Mavericks a time to reset with 1:45 left in the half. Cage now out front. To the right wing, Brooks. He had a notion on a long 3 over Belcher and decided against it. He pulls back out. Left side now. Cage looking for a pass as the play develops around the free throw line. Pulls it back out against Jones. Cage getting double teamed now, coming from Booker, and now a foul called on Belcher as he got a little too aggressive on Jonathan Ziner. Belcher picks up his first personal, the 3rd team foul, and the Cardinals just tried to break up what the Mavericks were trying to do on that one, and Howley will check back in as Belcher checks out. Bray will come back in as the big man Howley comes in to change the game. Now Cage has it top of the key. Guarded by Howley to the free throw line, Bray back to Cage. Minute 12 left in the first half. It's 27-25, Mavericks with the 2-point advantage. Cage around a Bray screen, gets it to the right wing, Brooks. Brooks back to the basket, pulls back out to the right sideline. Minute left. Over to the left wing, Cage. He pump fakes, and he's guarded by the taller Howley. Pulls the ball back out. Cage tries to drive. He's double teamed, loses the ball. It's tipped out of bounds by King. And with 48.5 seconds left in the first half, the Mavericks have possession and a 2-point lead. Brooks has the ball tipped in the backcourt as he tried to inbound it to Cage, and Howley with those long arms almost came up with a steal. Cage was able to get it back. Cage drives into the lane. He's blocked by King. Recovered by Bailey. He puts up a shot from the right block and in. 29-25, Mavericks lead by 4. Over to the right wing, Bush. Bush wants to drive. He takes the middle. He's cut off by Ziner and pulls it to the left wing. Now left corner, Zay Booker. He fires a 3. Around the rim, won't go. And a foul down low, and that'll be on the Cardinals.
Yeah, Booker almost got a, what I like to call a Robert Horry friendly roll into the rim there. It didn't fall.
King picks up his first personal foul. That's the 4th team foul on the Cardinals. And yeah, good shooter's touch almost fell on the 3, and that would have saved them a foul as well. Mavericks going to work for the final shot here. 20 seconds left in the first half. A 3/4 court presser coming from the Cardinals. Ziner on the left wing as the Mavericks break it. Picked up by Howley. 10 seconds left. Ziner kills his dribble, looking for a pass. Gets it off to Bailey. Bailey is pushed on the sideline, and a foul will be called as the Mavericks get lucky and it's not a turnover. And that's the 2nd personal foul on TJ King, who picks up back-to-back fouls. And the Mavericks have 6 seconds for the final shot in the first half. Brooks will inbound it. They have an elevator screen for Bailey, who's probably going to pop into the backcourt. Bailey gets it in the backcourt. 5 seconds left. Bailey, top of the key, against Jones. Fires a 17-footer, won't fall. Offensive board, Brooks, and his follow won't count anyway, as it doesn't go. And the Mavericks take a 29-25 lead into the locker room. So at the end of 2, McNeil leads the Cardinals, and we'll be back here in a moment on Texans Live.
Winner for this game will win the Charles Championship game. 2:01 tip-off. They will face the step on tomorrow's Region 2 final right here at the Davis Fieldhouse. Visit the superintendent, Dr. Nicholas, also, keepingdigital.com to help your relations flow.
always be a one move. He just do it for the you know what he doing for. You know what he doing for. That don't be nothing right with him. They gonna turn over money loose, man. Hey. They doing what they doing to win the game. No, you know what? Money ain't turning no shit. But I'm gonna tell you, they were doing this the other day down there in Browns. Guy was taking shots and missing. Money was just get back there and relax. So he wasn't getting mad. He wasn't playing basketball. Nothing. My plan, 15 seconds. Money took over the game. Money just took the game over and scored 2 on the foul. And came back and hit the 2 winning buckets. Back to back. All they want to do is get over there. All they want to do is get that man in the goal. Because all they should be trying to get to that man in the goal. Yeah. You see all of the freeze. And then someone, some of them, tall, real awesome. They got one. Yeah. Don't stop. They already stopped. They already stopped. They already stopped.
Back here to start the second half, about 2 minutes left until halftime. And McNeil with a 4-point lead over the MacArthur Cardinals here at the first half. And Carl Schoening on with Rob Hipp. And we have a good game going here between these two teams playing for a chance to make it to essentially the Elite 8 of the high school 6A playoffs. And we had a good first half. We're looking forward for an even better second half, Rob.
Hey, Carl, McNeil came out, played aggressive. They got down early, not by much, it was about maybe 4 or 5 or so, but they were able to overcome a barrage of threes by MacArthur. And I'm telling you, tonight, Alex Cage has been the hot man for McNeil. 9 points on the game so far, but he's playing aggressive on those offensive boards, able to come down and do some great things. And that's how right now the Mavericks have that 4-point lead. But hey, you can't ever put your guard down. MacArthur's going to come out. Both teams are hungry for this. And as we stated before we started the broadcast, Carl, both of these teams are pretty evenly matched up. They both got knocked out of the first round last year. This is a big step for both these teams this year. You can guarantee that they want to move on to the next round tomorrow at 2.
Yeah, this is a high-stakes game to play in another high-stakes game. Otherwise, your season could be over. Still with 1 minute 15 seconds left, the Mavericks are already out there with their 5 that'll go, and the rest of the players at the bench. So Coach Hageman letting his players know they're ready for the second half, following suit where the Cardinals, as soon as they saw the Mavericks out there, they wanted to get a last-minute team huddle in, and they'll go back out there. Mavericks start the second half with Victor Bailey, Armani Brooks, Alex Cage, Kalen Bray, and Jonathan Ziner. Meanwhile, waiting out of the Cardinals huddle, we'll tell you who comes out for them. Mavericks lead it right now, 29-25. The possession arrow points in favor of the Cardinals, so they'll have the first possession to start this second half. They come back out with Cooper, Belcher, Howley, Booker, and Johnson.
And you know, kind of going back to that first half, one thing that I was impressed with MacArthur, their tempo, able to come back and shoot the 3-pointers, but then coming back to the Mavericks, been very impressed with their offensive boards. If they can continue the same kind of thing, we're going to have a tight game. It's going to be an interesting finish to this one, Carl, and really looking forward to it.
Halftime is over. The teams are ready to go, and the Cardinals will have the first possession of the second half. It's 29-25. McNeil leads by 4. Cooper will walk it across the timeline to get things going. Mavericks in a 1-2-2 zone. Johnson on the left wing, guarded by Bailey. Top of the key, Cooper. Johnson drives baseline, puts up a jumper 15 feet out. That won't fall. Howley with the offensive board, and he puts it up and in.
And Howley towering for that rebound.
He's listed at 6'6". He might be a little bit taller. Here come the Mavericks now against the 3/4 court press. It's Bailey at the free throw line in the lane. His floater's good. 31-27 now. Mavericks break the 30 mark. Cooper directing traffic between the circles. To the left wing, Johnson. Back to Cooper right of the key. He fires a three. That one around the rim won't go. Bray tips it up, and Ziner grabs the board for McNeil. Cage directs traffic as he walks across the timeline to call out a play. Man-to-man defense coming from the Cardinals. Cage works the dribble to the right wing against Belcher. Top of the key, Brooks. Brooks between the legs, guarded by Johnson. Crossover, pulls up, 17-footer. Around the rim won't go. Howley rebounds it for the Cardinals. Here comes Cooper the other way. Belcher left corner. Over to the left corner. Johnson, he fires a three, won't go. Bray gets the board for McNeil. Cage slows it down in the backcourt. He asks for a little bit of help, as immediately going into the pressure are the Cardinals. The Mavericks break it as Bailey gets down the left sideline. He spins into the lane, cut off by Howley to the right side. His hook won't fall. Rebound batted out of bounds, last touch by the Cardinals.
Boy, nice aggressive move there by Bailey. Love watching that young man spin around on the court. A lot of times, Carl, you'll see that called as a travel because they just don't know how to carry the ball. Bailey, a great job, great ball handling skills, and not traveling when he spins.
Cage will inbound on the baseline. Looking for a pass. Gets it to Ziner, but it was tipped out by Belcher before Ziner had a chance to grab it. The Mavericks will just move further down the baseline, and towards the corner, this is a little bit harder of an inbounds pass for Cage. Cage guarded by Johnson, and they're able to get it to Brooks on the right mid-court. Ziner left side. Back to Brooks. 2-3 zone here for the Cardinals. The Mavericks trying to dissect it as Cage has it right side. 6:03 left in the third period. It's 31-27. Mavericks lead the Cardinals. Cage guarded tightly by Cooper. The free throw line, Bailey, he faces up to the basket. He's collapsed on and gets it back out to Brooks. 5:45 left in the third. Cage works the left-hand dribble over here to the left side. Crosses over Cooper, takes into the lane, left-hand layup off the glass and in.
Cooper once again phenomenal coming out here in this second half, playing aggressive.
33-27, Mavericks ahead of the Cardinals. Here's Belcher the other way, left-hand layup is good. 33-29 now, Mavericks with a 4-point advantage. Ziner on the left sideline, he's trapped but gets it off to Brooks. Right wing, Cage, right corner, Bailey, catch and shoot three, good. Victor Bailey knocks it down and the Mavericks lead by 7. This is the largest lead for either team tonight with 5:07 left in the third. Jones on the left wing. Top key, Cooper, he wants to drive to the elbow. Right wing, Brooker. Now Belcher drives, he's blocked but fouled on the way up, and Belcher will shoot 2 free throws as it could have been Bray or Cage. Let's see who the official wants to give this one to. And calling the hack, it'll be on Kalen Bray. That's his second personal foul, and the first team foul here in the second half. 4:57 left in the third period, and Belcher will shoot 2 free throws. First free throw is good.
Kind of going back to Bailey, Carl, he's been playing very aggressive tonight as well. Great composure on the court, and this young man honestly looks like a D1 player out here playing high school ball, Carl.
Victor Bailey with 13 points already tonight. Second free throw falls, knocking down both as Belcher. 36-31, Mavericks by 5. Brooks casually brings the ball across midcourt. He's going to get a trap coming here from the left side. Finds Ziner on the left wing. Pulls up to the free throw line. Bounce pass down low to Anthony Charles. And a pass tipped out to Brooks. Brooks will reset. Brooks with a right-hand dribble. Works it back out to the top of the key and now cuts back to the right side. Anthony Charles looking for a pass. Actually, this is Cage out here. Cage gets it to Brooks in the right corner, guarded by Cooper. Top of the key, Bray. Bray takes one dribble, left wing, Cage to the left corner, Brooks. Brooks spins on Jones, puts up a left-hand runner, won't go. Rebound to Jones, he wants to run. Jones across the timeline, into the lane, puts up a right-hand shot. That won't fall, but he was fouled. Looked like Alex Cage was in possession to take a charge, but the official sees it the other way, and it'll actually be Jonathan Ziner tagged with a foul from behind. He picks up his first personal, the second team foul on the Mavericks. And now Andrew Jones will have a chance to knock down 2 free throws.
It's kind of like the battle of the tens tonight. Jones at the line for the first time, makes that first one, but I'm telling you, it's crazy because you look out on the court and number 10, Andrew Jones for Irving MacArthur, and then number 10, Victor Bailey for McNeil. They almost look like they're twins out there, Carl.
Yeah, they play with a similar sense of aggression, too, and knocking down both free throws is Andrew Jones. 36-33. Mavericks lead by 3. 4 minutes left in the third period. Cage calls out a play. Here comes a trap. He gets it to Bray at the right wing. Bray gets it down low to Bailey, but he couldn't get it. Bailey looks like he might have turned a little ankle. Here comes Belcher the other way. Euro step into the lane. That won't fall. Howley with the offensive board. He lays it up and in. 36-35. Mavericks holding on to a 1-point lead. 3:38 left in the third. And now a timeout coming from Coach Haggerty. He's seen enough. He's going to try and get his troops recollected here. 3:34 left in the third period. Mavericks lead it 36-35, but they saw that 36-29 lead cut down to 1. And right now we'd like to say head on over to Texans dealership located on Will Clayton and 59 for great specials and deals on new and pre-owned vehicles. Go in and ask for head coach Bert Brocker or shop Texan GMC, Buick, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram 24/7 at TexanDrive.com. We treat you better.
Again, Carl, special thanks out tonight to our friends at Texan Live. A phenomenal job they do and bringing Central Texas high school sports all throughout the state, actually. And it's cool because you can get it right on your phone, go to their website, pull it up.
Mavericks had a quick 30-second timeout. Come back out with Cage, Brooks, Anthony Charles, Ziner, and Bailey. Ziner lobs down Anthony Charles. He had it stolen away by him from Jones. Jones wants to run into the lane, kicks it out. Right wing, it's Booker. Catch and shoot 3, back iron. Rebound pulled up by Howley. He throws down Anthony Charles, but Charles will be called for the foul, so the official who has the better angle saw it differently, and Anthony Charles picks up the personal foul. That's his first.
It actually looks like an unintentional grab here as Howley is actually pulled down. If you can see on the left side, kind of pulls on his arm, and that's really what the play happened. So a pull there, it was a good call, just from our angle, a little bit difficult to see here.
Here's Cooper on the left side. Left wing Jones, back to Cooper, right side Booker. Belcher at the free throw line. Left wing Cooper, he'll fire a 3, that's good. And the Cardinals take the lead. 38-36, a 2-point advantage over the Mavericks. 2:55 left in the third. Booker gets it to Bray left corner, to Bailey in the lane. Floater around the rim won't go. Belcher gets the board. Belcher wants to push it himself as he takes it across the timeline, up tempo, puts up a run in the lane, and an offensive foul is called. That was a freight train running through, and the Mavericks found a man who was willing to get in the way, and offensive foul is called.
Cage there, a nice aggressive move and playing smart defense, and that's one thing too when you look at these Mavericks, very well coached. You haven't seen a lot of fouls tonight from either team, and that's always a good sign that both teams are very well coached in the way that they play basketball, Carl.
There were 2 men taking the charge right there, and Cage ended up being the one getting the majority of the contact, and that's a good turnover, or forced turnover by the Mavericks. Here's Reitmeyer, down low to Bailey. He wants to use a post move, but he steps out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover on the Mavericks. 38-36, Cardinals with a 2-point lead, 2:26 left in the third. A lot of basketball to play, and it's been a tight one so far. Left wing, it's Jones. Cooper between the circles. Right side, Booker, going up against the Mavericks zone defense. Back to Booker. Jones swings it to Belcher on the baseline. To Cooper. Booker straight away. Around the rim and in. That hit every part of the rim. And now calling a timeout will be the Cardinals. So with just 1:59 left in the third period, the Mavericks had a 7-point lead, and then the Cardinals come storming in to take a 41-36 advantage. A 30-second timeout. Mavericks will have possession out of this, and it's kind of time for Coach Hageman just to tell the team to weather the storm. They need to chip away. They've been in this position before, and there's a lot of basketball left, and you just can't let the Cardinals take advantage of the tempo.
Yeah, the pros in San Antonio, the saying is pounding the rock, and that's exactly what the Mavericks need to do throughout the remainder of this one here, as MacArthur clearly has the tempo, able to come down, and they're scoring some fast break points, Carl. They're not sitting around. They're not passing a lot. They're getting to the basket early and often, and clearly right now with the momentum, Mavericks are going to have to do something here to get a stop and really limit the turnovers.
Brooks going up against the kind of zone trap coming from the Cardinals. On the left side, it's Cage. Back to Brooks. Brettmeyer on the right wing. Guarded tightly by Bush. Now worked around the perimeter to Cage. To Bailey. He drives baseline. He puts a shot up. No good, but a foul. And Bailey gets 2 free throws on the aggressive move. The foul will be on Jones. Andrew Jones picks up his first. That's the second team foul on the Cardinals here in this second half. Bailey's first free throw falls. Ziner will check in as he tags out Rettmeyer. Ziner out there with Bailey, who's at the free throw line, Armani Brooks, Kalen Bray, and Alex Cage. Bailey's free throws, both of them are good. 41-38, minute 33 left in the third. Mavericks trail the Cardinals. On the right wing, Booker gets it to Jones across the timeline. Free throw line, Halley, left corner, a catch and shoot 3 won't fall for Cooper, and the Mavericks come down with the board. Here comes Cage the other way. Cage takes his dribble at the top of the key. Right wing, Rettmeyer, catch and shoot 3 from the corner from Bailey is good. And we're tied at 41 just like that. A good timeout from Coach Hageman back when it was 41-36. Jones the other way fires a 3, that won't fall. And Victor Bailey pulls the board down for the Mavericks. Cage between the circles. To the right wing, Ziner. Ziner trapped, gets it to Bray underneath. Bray takes a shot up, right hook won't fall. Offensive board fought for. We got a jump ball between Bray and Jones, and the possession arrow points for the Mavericks.
So a nice aggressive 5-0 run here by the Mavericks to get this one back to 41 apiece, Carl.
Here is Belcher checking back in. He tags out Zay Booker. Cage will inbound on the baseline. Gets it out in the way backcourt, Armani Brooks. 37 seconds left in the third period. Ziner trapped at the left side. Gets it to Brooks. Now right wing, Cage. 31 seconds left. Cage trapped. And another tie-up is called. This time the possession arrow points in favor of the Cardinals. Cage took a little too much time to look for a pass. The trap collapsed and he couldn't get rid of the ball in time. Better that than a live ball turnover, which could have been an easy layup the other way. So 27 seconds left in the third period, and the Cardinals can work for the final shot. Here's Bush on the right side. Left wing, it's Cooper. Jones works it over to Bush again. 15 seconds left in the third period, and the Cardinals and the Mavericks tied 41 with 10 seconds left. Jones wants the shot. Guarded by Ziner on the left wing. Left corner, Cooper. He fires a 3. That one's an air ball and the last shot of the third quarter. So, at the end of 3, it's a tight one. The Cardinals and the Mavericks locked up at 41. We'd like to say that if you'd like to know more about Texan Live, feel free to check out the rest of the website for articles, highlight videos, upcoming games, and much, much more. Like our Facebook page, Texan Live, and follow us on Twitter at Texan_Live. And Rob, seems like we need to buckle up for this fourth quarter.
Absolutely, but you talk about buckling up. The Mavericks did what they needed to do toward the end of that quarter. They're on that 5-0 run right now. The defense have been playing a lot better towards the end of that quarter. They were up by as many as 7, and then MacArthur came up and took the lead for a while, but you got to give the Round Rock McNeil Mavericks a lot of credit. They're coming back. They're on that 5-0 run to tie things up at 41. And just as we said going into the third period, Carl, we knew this was going to be an exciting game. It's very evenly matched, almost so evenly matched that we got 2 twins on each team, number 10 for both teams. But tonight it's been an exciting one. Fourth quarter is going to be much the same. The turnovers tonight are going to be critical here in this fourth period. And that's really going to determine who's going to come out of here as a victor tonight.
Every possession critical here in the fourth quarter. 8 minutes left. We're tied at 41. Mavericks start off the fourth period. Alex Cage has the ball. Cage across the timeline. Left wing Brooks. He's trapped. He wants to lob it over to Ziner on the right side, and Ziner gets it off the bounce. Ziner trapped. Over to Brooks. He's open on the left wing. Drives. Floater over. Howley won't go. Brooks gets his own offensive board. Up and under move. His floater won't go again. And Howley comes down to the board, quickly gets it into Jones. Jones on the right block, puts up a runner, that won't go. Brooks with the board. And Brooks called for a travel.
And Brooks had an opportunity to hit a three. He was wide open, just playing a little bit too aggressive here to start that fourth period, Carl.
Yeah, Brooks just a little too ahead of himself. I think he forgot to dribble at the moment. And the Cardinals get it back. Here's Cooper. He fires a long two from the left wing and it falls. 43-41, 2-point lead for the Cardinals now, 7:20 left in the ball game. Here's Brooks, gets it to Ziner right wing, to Bailey at the free throw line. He puts up a floater, 10 feet out, good. Tied at 43, 7:08 left. Here's Cooper, left wing Belcher. Back to Cooper, top of the key. Belcher swings it to the left corner. Bush, he fires a three. That hits back iron. Howley reaches over the back and he gets the tip in the air, but the foul called on Howley.
And Carl, I was going to mention, the McNeil Mavericks have got to continue finding out a way to get the ball to Victor Bailey. He's got 20 points on the evening. He's been the hot hand man. They really need to rely on him here in this fourth period if they want to stay in the lead or pull away and lead this one, Carl.
That was the second personal foul on Howley. The third team foul on the Cardinals. The Mavericks have 3 fouls themselves, and we have a full timeout on the floor. Just again to remind you, if you need reminding, the stakes of this game will be the regional championship tomorrow here at the Bill Davis Fieldhouse in Dallas, Texas. And you know, tomorrow it'll be light out, and if you're facing this direction over to our right, the field house has windows and you can see the sun come through the light. So it's could be interesting whichever way you have to go. You might have to deal with the bright light in your face tomorrow afternoon. But tonight it's nighttime, no such worries.
Yeah, and coming here tonight, what a beautiful facility. A special thanks also to the Dallas Independent School District for hosting this regional tournament tonight here at the Davis Fieldhouse. Had an exciting game earlier this evening as we saw the humble Atascocita Eagles win over Richardson 76-54. So it is going to be Humble tomorrow and the winner of this game playing, and that's going to be another exciting one to continue this weekend's tournament.
Cage has it. He's out there with Bailey, Brooks, Ziner, and Bray going up against the 3/4 court pressure of the Cardinals. Here's Ziner right wing. Had a notion on a pass, instead tries to drive and gets it out to Bailey, who's trapped in the corner. Bailey turns it over to Jones. Jones the other way for the Cardinals. Takes it into the lane. Right-hand layup is good. Nice little scoop. And the Cardinals take the lead. It's 45-43, 6:30 left in the fourth. Cage gets it to Brooks, over to Cage on the right side, and they're going to call an over and back as Brooks wasn't established into the front court. He still had a foot in the back court when the pass came, and the official calls the turnover. That's a little close, but it's the official's discretion, and the Mavericks turn it over. Cardinals with the 2-point lead. Well, if the officials were going to be nitpicky, they could have called a travel right there, but Cooper has it now, and he'll hold on to it.
And this is the moment where a shot clock would be nice in high school basketball.
When you're casually holding the ball mid-court, that's not particularly something that you should be able to do. Driving on the right side, now kicking out Cooper. Cooper gets it to Booker. Booker cross-court pass over to Belcher, who tried to get it stolen away by Cage. Underneath the Howley, who slams it down. 47-43. Howley with the big dunk, and the Cardinals have the lead over the Mavericks. Brooks gets it over to the left side. Cage back to Brooks. Lob back to Cage. Cross-court over the left corner, Ziner. Top of the key, Bailey. Bailey spins at the free throw line, has it knocked away. It's picked up by Cooper. He wants to drive on Bailey. The shot won't go, but another follow slam by Howley.
Things are starting to get out of hand here. Bailey's played phenomenal up until the last two possessions. He's had the ball. Critical turnovers that have led to points, Carl.
Howley has 11, and the Mavericks want to call timeout. 5:19 left in the fourth. Still a lot of ball game, but there's definitely momentum on the side of the Cardinals. TexanLive.com is going to stream tomorrow's Region 2 6A championship game at 2 p.m., which will be the winner between this game and the Atacasta Eagles. So the Eagles versus either the Mavericks or the Cardinals. And at the moment, the Cardinals have that 49-43 advantage, but still more than 5 minutes left. Anything can happen, anybody's game, and this was another good timeout by Coach Hageman, as you don't typically see back-to-back dunks in high school basketball, but Josh Howley certainly put himself in good position, and he might have been able to call a offensive interference on that second dunk, but the first one was definitely legitimate.
You know, they've got that 6-point lead, but more importantly, I mean, the lead is extremely important, but what they really have right now driving them is the momentum. 2 monster dunks back-to-back after costly turnovers by McNeil, and that's really got MacArthur fired up right now. The Mavericks cannot commit turnovers. We talked about that earlier. The team that's going to limit their turnovers in the fourth period is going to win this game. So far, it's being won by MacArthur here in the fourth period.
Ziner, Brooks, Cage, Bailey, and Bray out there for the Mavericks. Cage over to Ziner left side. Back to Cage. 2-3 zone coming from the Cardinals. 5:05 left in regulation. Cage kills his dribble and gets it to Brooks left sideline. Back to Cage. Cage wants to drive right lane line. Pulls up. 15-foot jump shot off back iron. Won't go. Jones with the board. Here come the Cardinals the other way. Jones pulls up at the free throw line, gets it to Cooper, back to Jones. He drives inside, finds Howley for another slam. 3 slams in a row by Josh Howley, and the Cardinals open up the largest lead of the game. It's 51-43. Mavericks need to work quickly. Cage gets it to Brooks. He fires a right wing 3. Good. Mavericks needed that one. 51-46 now. Cardinals lead McNeil. Jones at midcourt. Mavericks back into man-to-man zone. Man-to-man defense might be a matchup zone. Here on the left side, Jones goes around to Howley's screen. He fires a left wing 3 and knocks it down. 54-46. Cardinals with the 8-point lead and a 4-minute left in regulation milestone. Left wing Ziner. Between the circles, Cage. Right wing Brooks. Back to Cage. Free throw line Bray. Looking for Ziner left wing. Cross court Brooks. He's open for 3. Good. Back-to-back threes from Armani Brooks has given the Mavericks a little bit of life. A timeout called by MacArthur. A 30-second timeout with 3:43 left in the fourth. It's 54-49. The Mavericks have lived on the edge and lived dangerously this entire postseason, and now they trail by 5. And it's going to be a fun one down here at the wire, Rob.
Absolutely. Again, live tonight from the Davis Fieldhouse here as we're watching an exciting game in Regional 2 6A at the boys basketball tournament. Saw an exciting one earlier this evening, and tonight things are really starting to wind down here, but the excitement in here right now, you know, we said earlier when we started this broadcast there really wasn't a whole lot of fans. Well, the Round Rock fans have actually poured in tonight. It's a nice drive coming up from Round Rock, and so far it's been worth every moment of it.
The Cardinals have the possession out of the timeout. Here comes Jones across midcourt. He's trapped. The ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Rettmeyer. Jake Rettmeyer, Victor Bailey, Kalen Bray, Armani Brooks, and Alex Cage out there for the Mavericks. Cooper gets it into the backcourt. Andrew Jones. Jones works the dribble to the top of the key. Crossover, in and out move into the lane. He puts up a shot up and in. 56-49, 7-point Cardinal lead. 3:23 left in the fourth period. Cage, top of the key, right-hand dribble, hop step into the lane, finds Brooks. Brooks, turnaround jumper from 4 feet out, won't fall. Rebound, Belcher. Belcher with a full court pass, stolen by Cage. Cage looks ahead, gets it to Bailey. Bailey takes it inside, finger roll is good. That was Armani Brooks with the finger roll, I beg your pardon, but it looked like Iceman Gervin out there with that little finger roll. 56-51, Mavericks trail by 5. Left wing, it's Belcher. Gets it ahead to Booker, who works it out to right midcourt. Jones, in and out dribble as he takes it to the right corner. Back out to Brooks, and he's fouled.
And that's actually a good call. That intentional foul, because MacArthur is going to sit here and try to run this clock down. Now the only thing is, MacArthur only has 3 team fouls, and the Mavericks have 4 team fouls. It's going to take 4 more to get into the double bonus before we start seeing any free throws.
The Mavericks probably want to commit 2 more here just to speed up the game and maybe go for some aggressive steals. And Jones will get it into the backcourt as Brooks plays him. Brooks gets it over to the right side. Howley, who drives baseline. He tries to kick it out to Cooper, and now Cooper loses the handle. Cage with the steal. He has it stolen away by Howley, and Brooks is called for, Howley is called for a foul as he kind of threw a little chicken wing elbow over towards Alex Cage. And the Mavericks kind of get lucky right there as Howley picks up his 3rd personal foul. That's the 4th team foul on the Cardinals, and the Mavericks forced the turnover, much needed. With 2:22 left in the 4th, it's 56-51. Cardinals with the advantage over the Mavericks. Here comes a trap as Cage tries to get away from it. He is at the free throw line. DeBray, right block jumper, good. Gray makes it a 1-possession game. 56-53 with 2:05 left. A lob to Cooper across the timeline. Right wing Jones. He's forced outside. He gets it into the backcourt. That's a backcourt violation. Mavericks basketball.
Oh, here goes the turnovers. Now it's starting to go into the favor of the McNeil Mavericks. Again, they've got to hold it. Whatever team's going to come out of here tonight, a victor, is going to come out of here with the least amount of turnovers.
56-53. Mavericks trail by 3, but they have the basketball. Cage between the circles. Left hand dribble, working against Cooper. Left wing Brooks. He fires a 3. That hits back iron. Long rebound comes to Bray, and he couldn't handle it as Howley steals it away. Here's Jones the other way. Jones has it knocked away by Bailey, and Brooks blocks it out of bounds. And it was last touched by the Cardinals. They'll give possession to the Mavericks as it was a charge. I beg your pardon, a charge is called here on Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones picks up his 2nd personal foul, but more importantly, that's a turnover, and the Mavericks get the ball back, because that was blocked out by Bailey. Great defense by Bailey, or Brooks rather. But the Mavericks get fortunate right there. With 1:30 left, they trail by 3. Here's Brooks' right corner. Bailey at the free throw line. Up fakes, takes it inside. He's called for a travel.
And he took a step before he put the ball in the court there, and unfortunately, after back-to-back turnovers by MacArthur, McNeil finally makes a critical mistake of their own on that one. 1:25 to go, and they're down by 3.
Full court man defense coming from McNeil with 1:25 left in the 4th. McNeil needs to get a turnover. Here's Cooper in the backcourt. He loses the handle. It falls on the floor. Cooper falls down. He steps out of bounds. It's Mavericks basketball.
Boy, great team effort there by Jag Redemeyer and his teammate. And Carl, I'm telling you what, this thing is coming down to the wire here. We've seen this exciting plays back-to-back. McNeil playing aggressive. They've got the momentum right now.
Cage out front. Directs traffic with 1:15 left in regulation. Cardinals lead by 3. Here's Bray. Pump fakes. Left corner Bailey. Catch and shoot 3. Falls! We're tied at 56 here in Dallas. You tuned into a good one, folks. 1 minute left. We're tied at 56. Cardinals have the basketball. Here comes a high screen by Howley over to the left corner. Belcher, he drives inside. That shot won't go, and a foul is called as it will be Jones going to the free throw line.
Bailey tonight, unbelievable, Carl. He's had multiple great plays. Here in the 4th, had a little bit of a struggle early on, but able to redeem himself. And that young man tonight, 23 points in the ball game, is Victor Bailey Jr. of the Round Rock McNeil Mavericks.
Andrew Jones at the free throw line.
And misses the first one.
Yep. Second one on the way, though, and he must be feeling all kinds of pressure right now. 51 seconds left. Cardinals and Mavericks tied at 56. Jones' second free throw falls. So that puts the Cardinals ahead by 1. The Mavericks can work for the final possession if they so choose. 57-56. Cardinals with a 1-point advantage. Coach Hageman calls out a play as Alex Cage has it on the right side. Top of the key. Brooks, he had a notion on a 3 over Howley. Instead pulls it back. 38 seconds left. Brooks drives on Howley. Takes it inside. It's blocked. Picked up here by Cooper, and he is fouled. And Cooper comes away with a little bit of a shove. I think everything's okay between the two teams as Now the Mavericks need to be aggressive and go for a steal, which could result in a foul and a 1-and-1. So Mavericks still very much alive, even if they give up a 2 or 2 points on this possession. With 32 seconds left, though, they need to hope for a steal and maybe get an easy 2-pointer and they take the lead. But at this point, it'll be an inbound situation for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think the McNeil fans looking for a technical against Kenny Cooper, but honestly, just a smart heads-up play. It was a tough foul, and if you're a Mavericks fan, just not going your way on that call. Still got some light here, still got a little bit of hope at the end of the tunnel with 32 seconds to go. Only down 1. They've got a foul right away here, though, Carl.
Demetric Bush will inbound. Bush looking in the backcourt, gets it to Cooper.
He's got a foul.
Cooper works it into the front court now. Mavericks aren't deciding to foul now as Cooper takes it to the free throw and he loses it, but a foul is called. And I believe this will be 2 free throws.
That was in the act of shooting, and regardless if it wasn't, it would have been a 1-on-1 opportunity anyways. But Kenny Cooper was in the act of shooting. They should have fouled early. They had an opportunity early to try to get out there, and they still had the 1-on-1 opportunity if they would have fouled. Instead, now it's going to be 2 free throw shots.
First free throw hits back iron.
Well, I guess it worked out anyways.
TJ King checks in, a little bit of size and rebounding as Bush checks out. And Cooper has 1 more free throw. Second free throw on the way. This one also won't fall. So the Mavericks essentially get a stop on that foul, and now they'll call timeout. They have 20 seconds left, and this is deja vu all over again. This time earlier this week, the Mavericks had a chance for the final possession, and they gave it to Armani Brooks. He delivered with a shot to win the game with 4 seconds left, and now the Mavericks find themselves in a similar situation. So a lot more at stake this time. Next round, everything keeps getting tougher, but the Mavericks find themselves in the same situation.
I was going to mention, Carl, you were just here watching the previous round where the Mavericks won at the buzzer. And tonight, I think going in here for that last shot, you've got to find a way to get the ball into the sophomore Victor Bailey Jr.'s hands. He has been phenomenal. 6'4", the sophomore guard tonight with 23 points on the evening. As we stated earlier, a little bit of struggles in the 4th period starting out. Had a few turnovers that led to points for MacArthur. But I think you've got to get the ball into Bailey's hand here for that last shot. He has been the hot hand man tonight, Carl.
20 seconds left, and Victor Bailey would be a good option. Armani Brooks is out there, along with Alex Cage, Caleb Gray, and Jake Rettmeyer. Full court pressure coming from the Cardinals. Cage gets it into Bailey, hands it back off to Cage. 18 seconds left now. Brooks will bring it up, and Brooks in this situation last week. He has it between the circles. 10 seconds left, guarded by Howley. Gets it to Bailey, fires the baseline jumper around the rim, won't go. Rebound by Howley, he's fouled in the backcourt.
Well, if you're going to get it into someone's hand, Bailey had a great look there, kind of fading away off the back, and just an unfortunate event there as Bailey had an opportunity. Great defense, though, by MacArthur. They were able to trap, and most importantly, though, they got that shot off with enough time to where they could come down here and got the foul, so they're still going to have a few seconds on the clock, depending on how many free throws that are made here. We still got 4.9, so we'll see what happens here, Carl.
It's a 1-and-1 situation here, so Howley shoots the first free throw. That won't go. Rebound long, picked up by Cooper in the corner, and now he's fouled. 1.9 seconds comes off. There's 3 seconds left on the game clock, so now Cooper gets a 1-and-1 situation. The last time the Mavericks will be able to do that, and then they head into the double bonus on the next foul.
And most importantly for the Mavericks, though, no timeouts left here.
No, the Mavericks all know the situation. They need to go down the other way and at least hit a 2, if not a 3. Cooper's first free throw on the way. That one won't fall, and Belcher comes away with the board, but I think a lane violation will be called on the Cardinals. So this maybe gives the a foul. A foul called, I believe, on King. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. So the Mavericks now, with 2.7 seconds left, have to go length of the court. They trail by 1. It's 57-56. Cage looking for Brooks. Brooks almost lost it in the backcourt. Now he just fires a shot up. It won't go, and that'll do it. So, in a hard-fought battle, The MacArthur Cardinals knock off the McNeil Mavericks in the 6A regional semifinals. Your final score, 57-56. The Cardinals defeat the Mavericks.
Across the 57,